Audio Jungle.
Scout with Brian here for BasketballGods.Net. Make sure you check out their site for this full video and tons of other exclusive in-depth basketball content. Dort, of course, rose to relative fame during last year's playoff series against Houston for the job he did against James Harden. In this video, we're going to deep dive what makes him such a great defender, show you some lessons that really players, coaches of any level can apply to playing great defense. First of all, it's about effort. Look at Houston having a 3-on-2 here. You see Harden even is ahead of Dort right now, but as much as I love Harden, one thing he does occasionally do, quit on plays. Watch him just stop. Watch Dort, who never stops, and so when Houston ends up botching this 3-on-2, Dort is right there to come up with the loose ball. Huge portion of defense, simple effort. Call this the moment of truth. This is a simple execution teaching point, but I think the crucial pivotal point in defending a pick and roll is what I call, again, the moment of truth, right before the screen. So many defenders make the mistake of backing up or kind of becoming soft right here. Dort, that little movement to jump up and into the ball is what makes all the difference. To stay into the stance, to aggressively attack the ball, again, that dictates, that makes it harder to use the screen. And then you see even what happens there is Dort basically just refuses to be screened. He gets up, bodies Harden, and takes away the pick and roll. Of course, Harden's going to pull it back out. He's a pretty good player. He's going to flip the angle on the screen. But by that point, they've used 8-9 seconds of the shot clock. Harden's a little worn down already, and Noel's able to get a hand on the ball and knock it out of bounds. He also understands, crucially, that defense is never just about guarding your man. It's about guarding the basketball. So when Gallinari gets caught in a long closeout here, look at Dort. Even though he's guarding James Harden, he knows, again, right here, he's the help defender, closest guy, so his job, slide over, play defense with your feet, not with your hands. Cut off Covington's drive, be vertical. Again, knock the ball out of bounds. Phenomenal on and off ball defender. Look at this type of effort. Cross court, in transition, sprinting into a good closeout. And again, a good closeout, not one of these closeouts that, yeah, a lot of the NBA does and sometimes has to do, flying guys off the three-point line, but this one's staying down, not leaving his feet, short choppy steps, closing out to P.J. Tucker, and then, yeah, in the NBA, normally you don't want to leave the strong side corner, but James Harden's kind of an exception. You don't want to give him layups either. To me, good job helping, flying into a contest, good D, better offense. Sometimes you got to live with something. Look at him here against Dallas. Foot in the paint, always. Foot in the paint. Blocks and elbows. Switched on to pretty much everybody on this possession here as Brunson attacks closeout. Switch on to him. Another attack of the paint. Look at this stance. Arms out. That linebacker build. Pistol stance. Phenomenal defense. Forces a tough contested 2 late shot clock. That's the kind of shot you want to give up. Even as his offensive role has grown and grown this season, he's still the guy picking up point guards full court, taking the toughest defensive assignments. Again, you see that moment of truth as Brunson tries to come off this pistol action here. Dort basically just says, nope, not going to let you. I'm the lower man. I'm the more physical one. I'm up and into your body. I'm feeling you. You got to feel me here. Nothing comes easy going against him when you're the offensive player. Finishes the possession with the rebound. Here, they try to run a pet play for Hardaway Jr., a disguised double drag to start, where he's the first screener and then ends up getting a pin down. Watch Dort. We call this shooting the gap. So he's going to sell, lock, and trail, act like he's trailing Hardaway on the screen, but then at the last second, shooting this gap right here, which he fights through very well. That time he felt he needed to leave his feet to prevent Hardaway from shooting the basketball, which he does. All right, but then his teammate covers for him, and Oklahoma City is able to get at least a foul rather than an open three or layup. One of the biggest principles of defense as well, away and towards the ball here, end of the quarter. Dallas goes into a step-up pick and roll. Look at Dort. Again, foot in the paint, 2 feet in the paint. Ball moves, you move. As the ball pulls over here, you pull in. Doesn't matter that your shooter's all the way over here. He's 2 passes away. So you are able to be helpline. You're able to have a foot in the paint, which allows you then to stunt at Kleber, make him think about shooting. And as he beats his man off the dribble, now again, you're ready to come over, stop the ball, help. Your teammate covers for you. Contested 3. Great job. Flying around by the Thunder, and that's been basically their defensive identity this season, which Dort obviously is a huge part of. Again, lower man wins. Defense is effort. Defense is intensity. Defense is playing hard all the time. That's what Dort does. Again, you see even as Brunson gives up the basketball, so many guys fall asleep in a situation like this, but look at Dort right there in a stance again, making Richardson see bodies so that he ends up getting sloppy with the basketball and gets the turnover. Imagine being Jalen Brunson tonight, just having to work with Lou Dort, guarding him full court all game long, and we see so many times illegal screens. We say it's the, sometimes it's the guy moving, sometimes it's the point guard going too soon. This one, I really give the credit to Lou Dort. By guarding Jalen Brunson that ruggedly all the way down the court, Brunson, quite frankly, is just exhausted. This screener has to give Dort pretty much a step, but Dort is so close to Brunson, he's so active on the ball, that there's barely a step to give him. This illegal screen is forced by Lou Dort. His defense is what caused that turnover, and he gets a lot of those because of his phenomenal on-ball defense, particularly in pick and rolls. Man, look at that closeout again. Talk about the lost art of the closeout. It's a long closeout. Leaves his feet maybe a tiny bit, but still under control. That body control, phenomenal to be right behind Hardaway, so Hardaway can't even think about shooting this 3 right here. Phenomenal technique. You got the mismatch here. All right, so be in the gap, be down in the stance. Again, good offense beats good defense here, but great help by Dort. Love this situational awareness here. 1:20 left, up 6. They're running this play for Hardaway. They're not running it for Finney-Smith. So even though Poku tries to switch this, Dort basically says, nah, I'm not worried about Finney-Smith. I'm going to keep flying, sprint all the way across the court to shoot the gap again, and meet Hardaway right off this double baseline screen. So he's right there, which really then forces Kleber to travel, but they end up fouling, which, again, you'd much rather live with than Hardaway getting a 3. Big part of NBA defense, too. Sometimes it's just doing the simple things, doing your job. Christian Wood wants to shoot this runner in the paint, you'll let him. You're not going to overhelp. You're not going to leave again. Strong side corner as the ball comes to you. Good discipline there. Staying at home, saying, yeah, we got to live with something, but we're not going to give up open corner 3s in that situation. John Wall, another pretty good point guard Dort has to take his chance against. You can go under occasionally against John, being less of a shooter. Again, great job bodying him up by Dort. Great contest. Again, sometimes this is what's wrong with defensive stats. If you're one of the best defenders in the league, that's why at some point, just like Avery Bradley, Patrick Beverley, Marcus Smart, some people are going to call Dort overrated defensively and not that great because he gets cooked by the Stephs, the Dames, the Lukas. But you know what? The reason that you're guarding those guys in the first place is because you're elite defensively. Again, great defense on the ball, great stance, great contest, great long 2 to be forced. But you know what? Sometimes, again, guys just make shots. It's a make-miss league. Dort also has the flexibility to guard 1 through 5, a huge skill set of his, a huge factor in his big frame and build. Here, jumping into a front at the last second on Christian Wood to get the steal. Look at him here. Again, ball moves. He moves. As the ball's driven to the right, he pulls into the paint off his shooter, off John Wall over there. Stunt at the ball. Pistol stance. Shoot underneath at the last second, and then that's what we've been looking for the whole time. You live with John Wall shooting contested twos, late shot clock, play the analytics, certainly what they say to do. And then the ultimate vindication in this game, how about, again, this effort, big time, perfectly times up John Wall's launch for this potential game winner. An unbelievable job. Big time block by one of the best defensive players in the NBA today. Gary Trent, pretty damn good scorer in his own right. Look at the contest. Look at no airspace. Look at, again, not unnecessarily jumping all over the place. He barely even leaves his feet. He pretty much is on one leg. But he's right there in Trent's airspace, able to contest the shot. And it's great, great defense. Talk about getting thin at the point of a screen, refusing to be screened. Try to run a pin down play on him. Look at him. He's basically attached to him. Talk about staying in the body. Talk about not giving separation. Looks like they're Siamese twins. On ball, moment of truth again. Maybe the hardest guy in the league to screen. Nobody gets a good screen on him. Refuse to be screened. It can be a mentality. Sometimes you just got to say that. Screw that. Nobody's going to screen me. Nobody's going to get me off the ball. You're trying to run basic swing offense, swing the ball to Gary Trent. No, I'm going to get up and deny. Make you do something else. Chris Boucher, good shot. But I'm going to do whatever the game plan dictates. They want me to top lock, not let Gary Trent come off this pin down. I'm going to stay on the top side. Okay, they throw it over the top. Great recovery. Great job sliding his feet in both directions. Great job being the second jumper. Contest, late shot clock, contested twos. That's the name of the game in today's NBA. And then how many guys have talked about stopping playing? I see so many guys get screened like this, maybe an illegal screen, maybe a little embellishment, but so many guys will writhe on the floor in pain and just stop playing and cry about it to the refs. One thing you watch Lou Dort, his body language, his demeanor, he's never complaining. He's never stopping on a play. He's never quitting on his teammates. He's going to get right back up. Okay, here's a guy I can switch on to. I'm fine. I'm going to keep playing. All right, I'm going to stunt to Bembry because he's not a great shooter. I'm going to still get back over here. I'm going to fly all over the court and end the possession with the rebound. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure, again, you subscribe and go to BasketballGods.Net. Scout with Brian here. Thanks for checking this out.